I could have been dead several times.
Around here, it was what we call in French, chacun pour soi, Dieu pour tous. That is Latin will mean each for yourself, but God for us all. And that's just the condition that existed here.
The moving and disposal of the enormous amount of earth from Culebra was one of the greatest challenges in building the canal. In 1 month, 68 steam shovels removed more than 10 times the volume achieved by the French in their best effort.
I remember a man by the name of Craig Resin working up one of the steam shovels, and he was going home the next week with his daughter Redding, and the steam shovel bucket come back and set him up against the shovel and mashed it bare and flat.
It happened around here?
Right in Culebra, yeah, on the spot. Yeah. I witnessed that.
The soil was hauled away in rail cars, 21 to a train. In the 9 miles of Culebra, 75 trains were in constant operation. Enough dirt was removed to encircle the earth 4 times around the equator. Originally, the dirt was simply dumped, but later it was used to great advantage, turning swamps into new farmland.
The way they cut through the place, the way that they brought down that high mountain up there and bring it all the way down to the bottom. They break the back of the isthmus. You see?
The mountainous mass of Culebra was being conquered, but everyone underestimated nature's resistance to this outrage and how she would respond.
It was a everlasting breaking away. The labor train go through this morning, by evening.
Did they have a lot of slides?
Oh, yeah. Plenty slides. The canal was blocked.
Where did they happen most?
Some years ago.
Any around here?
Well, yeah, it's all around. It was blocked. The ships had to go around the horn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was blocked several times. Blocked, no, once or twice.
Really?
Oh, yeah, several times. Up to now, they're still doing some digging around.
Yeah.
Up to now.
The slides became a major threat to the work, burying machines and twisting the tracks with rock and mud. Miraculously, work in the cut remained on schedule as the diggers fought the perilous slides, removing the new soil and replacing the tracks. The many dangers of work in the canal seemed of little concern to the men as they went from job to job, seeking better pay.
Brakeman at that time got 16 cents an hour. And I soon decided that I would go braking. When I told the yardmaster of my intention to go braking, he was alarmed. He said, "You going braking?" In those days, you know, you'll see a brakeman here now, and next few minutes, you see they got him on a stretcher, taking him out, his leg cut off, or his hand, or something like that.
My name is Constantine Parkinson. I started work Panama Canal when I was a boy of 15 years of age. And I got a job in 1913 as a brakeman, carrying rock to dump in the West Breakwater. July 16, 1913, I got injured. I lose my right leg completely and a crushed left heel. My grandmother went to Governor Gotel. At that time he was colonel, and she asked him, my grandson lost his foot and part of his heel. What compensation he going to get? Governor Gotel, Colonel Gotel told her, my dear lady, Congress did not pass any law for aliens to get compensation when they lose. However, not to fret, your grandson will be taken care of as soon as he is able to work, even in a wheelchair.
The weather conditions were another challenge the diggers had to face. Panama's climate was simply two seasons, a relentless rainy period and a dry spell when the temperature in the cut would reach 130 degrees.
Sure, temperature was always 90, 95 when I was up there. Well, you get used to it until you get used to it. But the first couple of days, or first couple of weeks, but after you get used to it, it comes natural.
You will wake up this morning and you find the sun is blazing hot. And you'll be out there working. And all of a sudden you will just see a flash of lightning and a cloud. And before you know what is happening, the rain is down.
As I am telling you, we didn't have no sun them days. Rain for all the morning, noon, and night. I had three working suits. And when the last suit was wet, the first suit was just as wet. So we had to dry them till finally the study a plan and to put some kind of building and put a boil in there that we could carry clothes and hang them up in there and get them dry through the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, rain falling right along, man. Those are rough days. And mosquitoes biting a hole into the canal too when you're working.
In the early years, the back-breaking work under dangerous conditions was minor compared to the diggers' most formidable enemies, yellow fever and malaria.
Well, after I took sick, I had to come home. I came home in 1906, about, I think it was either January or February. And I spent the whole of that year to get rid of this fever. And all the doctors I go to, they couldn't do any good to me. I still had the fever and the chills. Until that time now, I swelled up big like that, man. And I had no color. I turned yellow. That the doctors tell me I had yellow fever. I said, no, I didn't have yellow fever. Because yellow fever was rampant there at that time, you know. And the white people used to die out every minute.
Because the saddest experience I was saying, have I ever had men walk down and drop dead with malaria. That's why the saddest experience I ever had. You walk together today and a man drops dead, malaria.
Cities and swamplands all along the construction line were breeding grounds for the malaria and yellow fever mosquito. At the outset, the United States gave top priority to ending the plagues caused by these mosquitoes. By 1905, deaths from yellow fever had been greatly reduced, but malaria was still exacting a heavy toll of the workforce.
Wasn't long in the country, but I had malaria. And it took me like a knife. And in the morning when I woke up, I couldn't put on the pants. But I did manage it. I got out, and my neighbor next door, another fella, it was a place with rooms, men were living, and he advised me to go to the hospital. When I got over my 8 days, when I was discharged, you couldn't talk to me that way because I wouldn't hear you. Deaf as a bat. Malaria and the mosquito, brother, was talk.
William Gorgas, an Army doctor, is credited with determining the breeding habits of the malaria mosquito and bringing the disease under control. Throughout the early construction period, 1,000 laborers worked around the clock, pouring oil and spraying swamps and streams. Drainage ditches were dug. All dwellings were fumigated and screens were installed. And a daily dose of quinine was given to everyone.
Every morning, they come through to give you a dose of quinine. If you drink it, some of them hold an arm out, and the man turn it back. But if you see you get a double dose.
Every day you must drink quinine. And I drink quinine until I near got this.
We that had the idea, we would always keep a little rum. And when you put it on your back, and when you drink that, and you put it on your back, you...
God have mercy, boy. Those men who survived that. And as I have to say, God kept me alive.
Common bond united the entire canal workforce, a pride in being a part of this historic undertaking. But once the workday was done, the bond of unity was shattered by the law of segregation. Separate camps and communities were set up for the diggers and their families in the canal zone.
I could never live comfortable in those places. So that's why myself and my uncle used to like. Another fellow we rented rent outside room. I had a house outside to rent, you know.
Room rented $3 a month. Everything was cheap. Back to the room was something 3 or 4 men in there.
My name is Albert Edward Thomas. I came from Jamaica in 1907 after the earthquake. My father was here from 1905, and when 4 of us came here, my mother just brought down 4 of us. He said, listen, Cherry, what you bring my children in this place for? You think this place is any place for children?
Let me tell you, and sometimes I have remembered when I left there to see people at night, like on Saturday night, when they have dances in different places, people put up huts and have dance parties and the rest of it. But on Saturday night, there was a joyful time in Culebra. Yes, you could spend some good time in Culebra. And liquor was common at that time. No, they gave $1, $1.50 a quart, and that did a lot. And see those people dancing and making merry, boy. But the others catching hell someplace else. So long as you wasn't white, you had no preference in doing nothing in the canal but dig the ditch. So, after years of labor and the work improved, they started now to work on the locks.
Building the 3 sets of locks and their massive steel gates was the last stage of canal construction. The locks alone required one of the greatest uses of concrete ever undertaken. To make this concrete, the diggers had to handle more than 2 million wagon loads of sand and gravel.
A company by the name of McClintock Marshall had the contract to build these locks. That company is the first company that broke this deadlock of 10 cents and so on and all.
And McClintock Marshall was paying good money at that time, man, 25 cents an hour. And I was only getting $25 for a month.
Night and day they were running these trains up and down. And that's where you see danger.
I found a friend from mechanic, drafted to me, said, come with me. The job is very dangerous, but you get better money. That's where I work right inside the gate, where they put on the sheet irons on the gate. The crane come down with the sheets, and they put on one sheet. That sheet is being bolted on. And after that is bolted on, then from corner to corner, they put another until it go right up. When it reach up now, they start to rivet.
Erecting the massive steel gates, each with 2 leaves of 300 to 700 tons, and 7 feet thick was the final task. They required 6 million rivets to put them together.
They had all colored people driving rivets on the gates. They had the gold employees first, but they cost too much money for the white men to drive these rivets. So they take these colored men, that most of them work in the boiler shop, They learn to handle the air gun there and